talk us through the frustration right now. The game was there for the taking, just didn't go your way.
I thought for the bulk of that game, you look at the box score and to get 28 offensive rebounds, to have so many more shot attempts than them, like we just were unfortunate again in that last quarter. With great looks, ball doesn't drop, and that's where the frustration is. I thought tonight we had a great intent to find each other, to let the ball do the work. We found people, shots that we like them taking. And then when they don't drop, it's a frustration in a game like that, which was a great battle the whole way. Great to integrate Josh and Deng and get them their first real burn of the season, and we can see where that's going to really help us once restrictions are gone and whatnot. But it's it's a win that we feel like we've probably given away.
Nordo, can I just ask the same question, mate? Talk us through the frustration. You had it, and it's one of those ones that is key at this point of the season. So does it hurt more than any other losses this season?
I don't know if it would hurt any more than any other loss. Loss always hurts, but I think there's certain areas in this game that we really wanted to focus on that have been a weakness or areas that we can work on for us in the last stretch of 4 or 5 games, and I thought we did that really well tonight. So there are positives coming out of it. Unfortunately, it ends up in a loss. I love this playing group, though. Everyone asks what I can do better. No one is in there pointing fingers. It's how can I help this team win? And I think as long as we have that attitude moving forward, I'm proud to be a part of this group, and I'm sure we'll make the adjustments.
Coach, was there a moment that stood out in fourth for you that you thought was a turning point?
Yeah, kind of when we were foul trouble again has been a challenge for us, and JA started cramping, so we couldn't kind of go back there, and DA had hit his limit, and so it's like, all right, well, once foul trouble comes, where do you go? And I thought Casey had another outstanding game today. It's like trying to give him a breather, Bannon a breather, and it's in those moments I look at the start of our scoring rate in that fourth quarter, and we just weren't quite at the level that we had been, and we go on and have a 15-point quarter. So that's the stuff that I hope as we get whole and no restrictions that we can really play to our strengths in those periods of time.
I guess we talked about the frustrations, but on the bright side, I feel like Josh Adams had a great debut. What were you happy with from him?
I think what we thought we were getting, we got, and that's always a pleasing thing first game in. We can see where he's going to really help the group, and just like the vibe of our group, and to echo Nordo's point, like this group understands what it takes, understands what we need to do, and the best part is we're in control of our own destiny. And Josh is one of those guys that's been in winning environments and feeds to that. So really positive for where we can still go in the rest of this season.
Well, Mitch, you're the captain of this team. You have so much NBL experience. What's your message to your teammates after tonight?
I think we can play well and the ball doesn't drop for us, and you can lose a game. So there's plenty of positives to take out of it. It's very difficult to do that at this stage of the season when you do drop a game, especially at home. But again, like I said, we're gonna need to stay together, move forward, keep stacking good days. We're now getting more and more people on the training floor, which helps. Good bodies to go against. Like JA's come in and he's a scoring punch, but he also creates a lot for everyone else. And that's what I've noticed so far, being his teammate for
24 hours.
Yeah, not very long. So, that's a positive sign. Deng Adele coming back into the group as well gives us a different look defensively with his length and athleticism. So there's plenty of good things about this puzzle, and Whitey's done a hell of a job. This last stretch of 4 games when we've had a lot of injuries. So him going back to his bench role and things like that really puts a lot of depth in our group, and I think that's what I'm most excited for moving forward. Is it doesn't have to be long minutes. Guys are very capable of coming in and pinching a couple of minutes here and there, and taking the level, raising the level, and I think that's something that I'm excited by.
Coach, can you just tell me a bit about Tyrell Harrison tonight? Incredible again. What do you make of his season so far, and how important he's becoming for your team?
I feel like every piece that we have is so unique in the sense that what they bring to the table is a real key part for us. And Tyrell, when he's on the floor and changing shots and just being active at the defensive end, you see him go be a great rebounder. And I thought that's what he did best tonight, was just control the glass and give himself multiple opportunities to go score. And great game for him in that rebounding sense. The thing we need to keep helping him with is just don't be in foul trouble at key times, and that's his growth point. But when you ask about what I think of his season, it's a step forward for him in his career. Like, he's been a pro for a while, but really he's been on the floor for 2 years, and to do what he's doing in a second year where we're depending on him every single night, there's really good signs for what he can become down the track.
Nordo, the positive signs just kept on going tonight. Can we talk about Dangadell coming back and the new man? He had a cracking game. How excited are you to sort of just see them integrate into the team and sort of make an impact in a big stretch that is required for you guys to make the playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. Both those guys have come in and made instant impact. JA's been an elite scorer in this league, an elite competitor. We see glimpses of that already, and he's only been in the country a couple of hours. So, we're really happy with what he was able to give tonight. He's not only a scorer, though. I think he's a great playmaker, and I think that's going to create a lot of looks for everyone else, and continue that ball movement. And I think that's when we're at our most dangerous. And Dangadell, it's good to see him back out there. I think someone told me today that he's played 3 games or something this year, and it blew my mind. I think so. To have him in the group gives us a lot of length, athleticism on the wing spot, and he can guard multiple positions. So we're really looking forward to him having a bigger impact next game.
One more, Coach. Do you feel Adams' inclusion in the squad will take minutes away from Whitey?
I think when we started this whole journey, we had some clear thoughts in how our group was going to function, and the weird part is we're finally kind of getting to that point, and Whitey's role was to be that microwave off the bench and provide energy and impact, and that's going to be what he's going to continue to do for us. And what I love about him is when his number does get called, whether he's sat a whole quarter or not, he comes in and gives us exactly what we need. And to Nordo's point, us having depth for the first time this year is where we just get excited about what we can go and do. We've had some guys doing a heavy load of the work, and just to be able to give them some relieving minutes at key times, I think is an important part.
Just got Chris online.
Yeah, Justin, I'll be quick. A really strange game, and like Nordo touched on, you can play well and lose. You did so many things right. I mean, you end up taking 29 more shots than them. You have 29 offensive rebounds, but you couldn't quite get to the line as much as you probably usually do, and you kept setting them to the line, and they made a real focus of going inside, and they scored a lot in the paint. I mean, how do you sum up that you lose a game when you do so many things right?
Part of them scoring in the paint was a little bit of by design, in that we know how effective they could be from the 3-point line, and them in pace, so they're the 2 focus areas we start with, and then we've got to finish plays. Last time we played them in Sydney, we felt like we lost that, second chance point battle. And so they were the 3 focus areas. And I thought we put them into really heavy contest in the paint pretty much all night. We know they've got guys that just put their head down and try and generate fouls. And I think we could have done a better job of, with our verticality and whatnot. But the majority of the time, really happy with the shot profile they were getting. It's, again, when I look at this, it's not so much about that end. In my head all day, it's if we can keep them to 90, we'll win. It's just the fact the ball didn't drop on some really good looks, and that's where I don't want our guys beating themselves up. They're the right looks, and so tonight, didn't go our way, but I know if we stay with the process and keep doing the little things, that ball's going to drop at the key moment for us.
You play the Breakers in a few days. They're now a totally different team without PJC, and they completely slowed their game down the other night, and I assume they'll keep doing the same thing with Mitch McCarron as the point guard. How different does that make them to now prepare for this game on Wednesday?
To be honest, like, it'll sound like a cliche, but we've been talking about us and our controllables and how we want to go about things. So, yep, every team's got a slightly different style and an area that we've got to go focus on. But really, it comes down to where do we see how we want to play and continue to grow that. And we believe we're getting closer and closer to where we want to go with that one. So, that's for us the key to moving forward and giving ourselves a playoff chance.
What are your thoughts now on that matchup, Nordo? I mean, it's PJC's probably the toughest guy in the league to stay in front of, as you well know. But now they're going to just play a bogged down, slow style of game. How do you look ahead to that matchup?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't really given it a lot of thought. But Mac is a hell of a player. He's a championship-winning point guard in this league. He knows what it takes to win. So, it's no easy slouch now that Parker Jackson Cartwright's out, but I think same thing as what Justin touched on. It is about us as a group and us moving forward, and I'm sure we'll look at that in a couple of days' time.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.